Good morning, folks. It's another great and wonderful day that the Lord has made. He's woke us up again to give us another Bible verse for today. And our Bible verse for today comes from the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 13. Verse 13 says, "And rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil." You know, one of the most amazing things about our God is that he is so gracious and compassionate. See? And this is true even when we've blown it big time. In fact, when we sin, he longs to forgive and cleanse, not condemn and punish. Take for an example the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. See, he went out having a blast of his time after his dad gave him his portion of the family earnings. See, he went out and he spending it on booze and wild women, prostitutes even, and all this kind of stuff. You know, maybe even gambling quite a bit, maybe doing a lot of different things, that was absolutely against God's will. But yet he finally got down to where all of his friends had forsaken him and took off away from him. He got down to where he was having to eat out of the hog trough in order just to have something to eat. But then the Holy Ghost poked him and said, "Hey, remember this? See, remember how good it was at your dad's house?" So he said to himself, "I'll go to my father and ask him for a job. His servants are getting along better than I am." See, but then he gathered himself together and he headed home. On his way home, his dad was sitting on the porch, looking out over the fields or over the highway, whatever it was. But then he seen something coming from a far distance off, way off, and said, "Well, that looks like my son." See. And then, of course, the son got a little bit closer, and the father said, "Hey, that is my son." So he jumped up out of that rocking chair and took off down that road or pathway or whatever it was and ran to him, grabbed him by the neck and kissed him. See? That's just the way our Father in heaven is. When we fail, when we fall, when we stumble, when we backslide, God still loves us. And, he's just waiting on us to allow the Holy Ghost to poke us and say, hey, bud, hey, you're not doing things right. Go talk to the Father." It's all for this morning, folks. The only thing left to say is ASAP.